We are going off the rails. This is our Disney show dedicated to tangents. I am your host, conductor Craig, and joining me along this crazy, crazy adventure today, we have a bunch of great people.
Hold up. You
including
didn't even say Crazy Train. You just missed your opportunity right there.
I'm okay missing that opportunity. You only get one shot. I missed my chance and I blew it. It's fine though. There's another mountain to climb here. I can tell you that much. But
you know who climbs a mountain real good? I can't even do it.
Oh my God.
It's me.
there we go. It's like we just rolled back in from the last episode and we're right back here again.
Please, Hannah. So glad to have you here at the table again.
We are. So, hey, I think I need to introduce everyone.
Sorry.
So, joining me today on this episode of Off the Rails, we have Rhino.
Hello.
We have Jackie.
Hi.
We have Denny.
Hey there.
And then we have a very special guest for us joining us for a couple Off the Rails here. And it is a person very near and dear to Denny's life.
Yes, absolutely.
We have Andy.
Hi.
Hello. making your Diz Unplugged debut.
I'm
as
so
far
excited.
As I know. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We have a great episode for you. Before we get started, I need to remind you that this show is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel. If you like us and our content and you want to support us, please consider booking your next vacation through Dreams Unlimited Travel. It costs you no extra money, and you get that world-class level of support from Dreams Unlimited Travel's agents. So go get a free no-obligation quote today at dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. Also, if you're watching this on YouTube, please make sure that you hit the thumbs up, make sure you're subscribed to the Diz Unplugged, and that you're leaving comments, questions, and video suggestions in the comment section below. And if you're listening to this, please make sure you're subscribed wherever you listen. And if it's through Apple Podcasts, please take a second to leave us a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts. Now, let's get on with this show. We're going off the rails today, talking once again, one of our early episodes was about the hype in living up, can Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary live up to the hype? Well, we have an update on the Walt Disney World 50th anniversary celebration, so we're going to kind of go over all of it and just get nerdy with it for a little bit. We kind of delivered the information on our Tuesday Diz Unplugged show, but now we're going to discuss it at length, way longer than we probably need to. So I don't know how we do this. Do we go through like the bullet points of this? Do we just bring up things that we're excited about with it? What do we do?
We could start in a park, like start in break down by park, and just go through the big. I think we know what the biggest part of it is.
Free Mickey bars for the entire event.
If only.
God, that's where the rumor starts today.
One can hope. One could only hope.
It's going to be... I don't... This is off the rails, so I'm going to talk about whatever I want right now. I don't know if I showed you, but I showed it to Jackie. This is how it starts. There's going to be now a thing of you on TikTok saying there were free Mickey bars, because I was on TikTok the other day randomly, and I saw a picture of Jackie, and she's like, I didn't know I was on TikTok. It's a guy who's dancing, and he's so excited and pointing, using the article from the Diz as the background. I don't know who this person is. I never met them before. It was just a random, somebody had posted a different one of their videos that I thought was funny, because they're like, here I am spending all my money at Walt Disney World. And I was like, so now, Craig, you're going to be the new Jackie.
Okay, well, let me just point out the reason why I said that is because I started to say, what would you do? Or what should we do? And I don't know. In my head, then it popped into the, what would you do for a Klondike bar?
Yes.
And that's where it started really circulating. And so I was like, oh, Klondike bars, ice cream covered in chocolate, Mickey bars, free Mickey bars. And I guess that is how rumors start, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Okay.
That was the whole thought process.
Listen, I'm giving it all to you. This is off the rails. This is where you get it. Okay, let's start in Magic Kingdom Park. Rumors were abound for months and months and months and months about, will Magic Kingdom get a new fireworks show for the 50th anniversary? And they're getting one. Disney Enchantment.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Starts October 1st. So from July 1st to October 1st, we have Happily Ever After. So if you are a huge Happily Ever After fan, get your fill and watch Craig's awesome footage of it on the Diz's YouTube channel, because it's
Thank you.
something he takes very, 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 very seriously. And it's so good. So yeah, I love that we're going to be able to have new fireworks. That's going to be really exciting. Granted, it's not a nighttime parade, but it's something.
Why? Oh, sorry, Jackie. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. I'm having mixed feelings about this.
Really?
I really am. Are you? Okay. I really am. And usually you guys know I'm all like, yeah, woo. But I really love Happily Ever After. That song.
Yeah.
It gives me the chills when I listen to the words of that song because it is just really meaningful. And the fireworks are gorgeous combined with the projections on the castle. Like, that show is so incredible.
It doesn't feel played out yet either, right?
Doesn't.
It still feels it still feels new enough that it's like I mean I'm positive it would probably come back, but if we're gonna lose it for the 18 months of this thing, that seems kind of weird because it's one of the few times at Disney that something doesn't stick around past its welcome, right?
Yeah. But with Happily Ever After, as much as I love it too, it's not, you can't just say, oh, for this 50th anniversary.
Yeah.
You can't just say, we're going to run this show every night that you already could see every other night. It has to be a big deal.
We're not even talking about the best part of it yet, though.
Well, we're going to get to everything with it. But like with Happily Ever After, you know, I do love it. I think it will be back, but Disney needed to do something. If they weren't going to have fireworks in general because of the pandemic and whatever, I understand that. I totally get it. But if the 50th is able to have fireworks, it needed to be something big and bold. And with Happily Ever After, I think it tells an awesome Disney story. But the one thing that I want from the show, and I'm not sure what the show's going to be about because they gave us pretty much slim to nothing in terms of what it will be about. Disneyland's 50th anniversary fireworks were a mixture of wishes, Julie Andrews, and a celebration of all the attractions at Disneyland.
And I'm fine.
And
Julie Andrews, and that's all you need. Yeah.
I don't know if she's not. She's clearly not going to come back. They would just get Jordan Fisher or someone else to come in and do this, which is also
He's busy
okay
filming
too.
The Flash.
Well, I mean, it's voiceover. You'd get in a booth and you record it and you go on your way. But I want for the fireworks for 50th anniversary, I don't want fireworks about Disney movies. I know Disneyland Forever did that. And to me, that's why Paint the Magic was a bit more of the highlight of that event than necessarily Disneyland Forever. A good show, but I didn't feel like it was 60th anniversary level. And with Walt Disney World, I don't want to see just Disney characters for the 50th. That's just a repeat of what they've done with the last show and the one before. So I want to
see like a celebration of the world they've built here.
Yeah.
Like the 4 parks. They have all these the resorts. Yeah, I see.
Blend attraction music, kind of like Disneyland did. But then, they obviously need to pay tribute to the movies too, because the movies play such an important part in a lot of the attractions, especially in recent years. So, of course, there's going to be overlap on it, but I don't want to just see another, here's a montage of our favorite Disney songs. Since Happily Ever After came out, there's not been enough Disney music released to be like, this is fresh and warranted. And I don't know if they're necessarily going to dig back into some of the older library of songs to pull those in, but I'd be all down if they find a way to throw Hellfire in. It's Hunchback. Why not?
Okay.
Just be that part when he kicks the mom.
Yeah, the part that everyone loves and remembers of Hunchback.
Yeah. She'll be trying to get up the castle for the 50th, and it'll just be Frodo. What's his name?
Frollo.
Oh, okay. Frodo took the ring to Mordor.
Yeah.
The also a fiery place. I don't know. Sorry, that was dark. What about the projections?
I don't know. I'm excited for those.
Isn't that part of the show?
Yeah, the projections.
Or is it a separate show? Did I misread it?
There will be, and I mean there might be something also separate with the projections outside of the fireworks. But during the fireworks, they are doing like Disneyland did, and they will be going up and down Main Street.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Yeah,
That's
it makes
cool.
it makes
really
it
cool.
able to watch the show in more than just one spot.
Yeah.
And I think that's needed. However, when is Main Street USA slow for fireworks? Anyways, like it was like during parties and stuff, it was a good spot to watch. But I I mean, you used to always be able to sneak in at the very end of Main Street USA and still have a great shot of the fireworks. And then it felt like it just kept going slowly further and further back. And then you're lucky if you're standing 6 feet from the train station and you can still get a spot.
Is it everybody trying to leave at the end of the night, or is it just capacity, increase or whatever? Yeah.
And that's the debate that you have at fireworks time is, okay, so where do I want to stand? If I commit and I'm in the middle of the hub, then I am not getting out of this park.
You're there for a good hour after the fireworks are done. Yeah.
Yeah, with throngs of other people. So, you have to choose wisely.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's tough. Yeah. I think it's really fun that they're going to do projections down Main Street. I just wish, I don't want to, I never want to sound negative, but I just wish that we would have had an announcement about a parade before a new fireworks show. If a parade's coming. I don't even know if a parade's coming. On your note,
Jackie, because I've been thinking about this too, which is because I asked you earlier, what about Hollywood Studios? What's going on there? Because nothing really other than the what do we call it? Light up the icons or something?
Yeah,
beacons
of light.
Yeah, yes. So, but I was thinking with all this stuff kind of come back, capacity restrictions being lifted, all these things, I was like, there's no, so even if they don't bring the fireworks back to Magic Kingdom, we still don't have Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That there's also no Fantasmic there. That seems to be a gaping hole too. And then I was thinking, Fantasmic, it requires so many entertainment people. And there is still, I still don't see or haven't heard, I don't know, I don't work at Disney, but I don't, where are the entertainment cast members? Because somebody was asking in our chat on the Tuesday show and the after show about being when do you think entertainment? Do you think entertainment will come back for the 50th? And I was like, I'm not trying to be rude because we're locals and we've been in that mentality going in, doing the stuff in the park. So I'm not watching those shows as much as the average visitor maybe.
Yeah.
So it's not as clear in my mind that it was missing, but where's the stage shows? Where are those things that Disney is most famous for, which are like you said, parades and things like that. And it seems like if they were going to do it, it's I mean, we're talking July. We're talking this starts in a couple months. And you know how much they rehearse stuff. I don't know.
Well, I mean, we can also kind of be honest with ourselves here and look at this. They mentioned when they talked about this that there would be a new cavalcade coming, the Mickey's Celebration Cavalcade.
Oh, did they? I didn't see that part.
Yes.
Okay.
They did,
It was one line right in there. So in terms of saying, where's a nighttime parade, where's a new daytime parade?
That's not coming.
I think they have, and maybe it's just me completely misreading this, I think the cavalcades have probably tested guest satisfaction wise a little bit higher than Disney ever expected before. And they're getting an inkling. And that's not to say that they shouldn't still consider a full daytime parade or a full nighttime parade. But there is no doubt that the cavalcades allow you to see characters more regularly throughout the day and in a sporadic way that you don't have to plan your entire day around making sure you have the greatest spot for it. So
it's less intrusive to the day, to the guests, and to the operations of the park. So I mean, maybe parades will become a special engagement sort of a thing. You know what I mean? It's just here's the nighttime parade. Here's this. We'll do this for 3 months and that's it. Or something it's Florida. Rain. The problem is we talked about it before. The raining. I think that's got to have a big factor on some of that stuff because having all those people come in and then having to do either a rain version of the parade or something like that, there's probably money wasted nobody's business doing that when, and we've said before, it's not, the joke is it rains at 3:00, but it can rain at night. It can rain in the afternoon, and it can just keep raining all day. So, I don't know.
it could rain quite figuratively on our parade.
You missed the train, but you pulled yourself back with the rain on the parade.
I absolutely did. And for Fantasmic, I think Fantasmic is going to come back at some point in time. I just hope when it comes back, maybe they finally, they drained it at one point in time during all of this. I hope it comes back and they finally show it a little bit more love. And maybe it comes back and they say, okay, well, because there's no nighttime entertainment, for Hollywood Studios for the 50th, we decided to make Fantasmic look like it's deserving of being the nighttime spectacular for this park. So I'd be okay if it was just like that. And I'm okay if it doesn't start right away, because the fact of the matter is, going on, we'll jump back into Magic Kingdom here and there, but we also now have Harmonious to actually worry about on October 1st as well, too, which is just okay, the show has already been testing and they've taken photos from inside, and I'm sure everyone in leadership has seen Harmonious play out beginning, but we have to wait till all the way to October 1st to actually see it now. And it's the right, I mean, it makes sense that they're using it to kick off the celebration. To just debut it in summer would seem, it would seem like a great thing for guests, but at the same time too, kick off that October 1st in a big way.
Well, and they're going to need to have a draw away from Magic Kingdom. I mean, yes, Remy's Ratatouille Adventure is happening, but Disney does this, right? We're going to start Flower and Garden on the same day that we're going to open Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. So you have to make the decision about which park you're going to be in, and it's a hard one. So they try to split up the masses, so it's a little bit more, just easy to handle for them, I think. But
yeah,
I'm okay. I'm okay with Harmonious starting on the 1st of October. I'm glad. I didn't think we'd get to see Epcot forever again.
Yeah,
and
I can't tell if you mean that in a good way or a bad way.
It's in a good way. I mean, I don't like the whole new world at the end of that. I think that was very on the nose, and I took it personally. But
attacked.
Yes, exactly. At me. Okay. But that's I kind of already had myself resigned to the fact that I wouldn't see it again. I love all the vintage old songs. I stood there singing along to all those attraction songs. But yeah, we get to see a little bit of that. So I'm okay with Harmonious starting on the 1st.
I was surprised because when I changed the date on our Harmonious information on the website, I think I remember this correctly, that it was supposed to start in fall of 2020 originally. And it felt so weird to me to take fall of 2020 and change it to sometime in 2021. Like it was just so, it just seemed like so far away, and oh my gosh, what's happening? But now I was surprised that they announced that Epcot Forever would be around for a little while. I really thought that they would just, since Harmonious was originally supposed to start in 2020, I really thought that they would just debut Harmonious, especially since all the barges are out there and everything. I'm like, why is all of that out there?
I hope we love those barges.
I hope so.
Andy, what were you going to say?
You're good. I was just going to say it kind of feels like when Rivers of Lights was pushed back almost, because it's the similar type of thing. Like, are there maybe any issues they're experiencing that they didn't realize they were going to find?
Do you ever walk through Animal Kingdom and just think to yourself, like, wow, there's this giant stadium that was built for this thing that lasted 3 months?
Yeah.
I always think, like, I love the seating area because it was great for a rest stop when you needed the space for the social distancing and stuff like that. And still great. I hope they keep it open all day. But I would almost encourage them to put umbrellas throughout the stadium. Therefore, we can have shade. But
well, I mean, they can't, because we'll talk about Disney KiteTails in just a second. That was a great way to try to segue it, but we're not there yet because I just want to pose the question, because it's been all I've been thinking about for this group that I want to know your opinions on. Disney Enchantment at Magic Kingdom. We don't really know anything beyond it besides there will be a golden wave or something that goes across Main Street and in Cinderella Castle. Harmonious, we know, is a celebration of Disney music throughout the entire world. Which one are we more excited about now? If you had to choose one. I know in that set you haven't seen either one, just on paper.
I don't really care. I don't mean it in a mean way. It might be a great show. I'm just not as invested in the Epcot one as much. I don't know. I have never really been excited for the Epcot one. I don't care. I know that sounds mean. Or dismissive. Like, I knew that Illuminations couldn't stay around forever. So it's like, yes, I welcome something new. Are those barges massive? And why are they all black? I don't understand. Like, I don't understand why they put I haven't seen it in action yet, so I guess I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I think in terms of where I am and I actually stay and watch the nighttime show more, I guess just in my heart, I like I associate Disney World with watching fireworks at the Magic Kingdom. And the other parks are great that they have it. And I have loved Illuminations. And I was very emotional the first time I saw Illumination. I thought it was incredible. Like, and I love the song still from Illuminations. But it's still like when I think of Disney, I think of fireworks on the castle. That is my first, like, that's literally the visual that opens every Disney movie there is. So,
Yeah. Same here.
I feel like, okay, so we all know Epcot is my fave, okay? But I think they did something went awry in the marketing of Harmonious. I feel like.
yeah.
It's you think about, like you're saying, every movie starts with fireworks in the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
That is iconic. There are warm fuzzies. There are feelings wrapped up in the fact that when you come to Walt Disney World, you might get to stand at the foot of that castle and watch these amazing fireworks explode in the sky above you. Like that, and you're there with your family or your friends or even all by yourself, and you're feeling all the feels. And I felt that toward Illuminations. And maybe it's because we had it for an extended period of time because it was there forever. But Harmonious just doesn't sound like something that it's
not connecting, right?
What does
It's
it? It sounds like a lotion or a something. I don't know what it sounds like. It doesn't sound like a fireworks show.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound exciting. It doesn't sound like something. Oh, I've got to see this.
It doesn't sound like Epcot,
No, it doesn't.
right? I think that's part of it too. Like,
It
You're
doesn't
right.
sound
Yeah.
like Epcot. You're right.
It's not harmonious with the rest of Epcot.
oh,
Oh,
That's right.
There it is.
Yes, indeed.
There it is.
Yep.
So I'm really,
said.
like I said earlier, I hope that we love those barges. I really, really hope that we see this show and it knocks our socks
Yeah.
off,
Yes.
and we all go, we get it.
yeah.
Like,
We get
yes,
it. We get
Finally,
it.
these daggone ugly barges in the middle of World Showcase, we're okay
Yeah.
and at peace with them now. That's what I'm really hoping. But I am very
quite
much I am very
what I-
much Disney Enchantment over
I
Harmonious.
think what something happened too in the process of like everything being shut down, like it was a little more exciting when it was like, wow, Epcot is getting this like renovate, like we're getting that building, right?
Yes.
That building where you're going to be like, oh, I'm going to be able to see the show in a
The
whole new
festival.
way, the festival
The
thing,
center.
yeah, and then like it's going to have this massive transformation. We're going to finally have Mary Poppins represented at Walt Disney World the way it should be.
That's the thing I'm so bummed about.
That's where I think I feel kind of like
want that.
anything that they kind of keep announcing with Epcot for me just falls very like. That's why I'm like, I don't care because it's not really going to happen. Is I guess my mentality right now is that I feel so let down by how much is not going to happen at Epcot after they just touted it. Like, and I understand that we had a pandemic or whatever, but I also understand you're a multi-billion-dollar company that probably you could just do it, but you're being a little cheap because you lost some money for a little while, but you don't want to make. So now you don't want to make the investment. So now in another 10 years, it's going to get ripped up again, and I'm very. I don't know. I don't want to get excited again because I was so excited for that. Like I'm excited for Guardians and stuff, but it's like, it just feels like I'm worried that all of this stuff's going to, it's just, they're not going to put the full heart into it like they felt like they were originally. Like it feels like it's pulled back a little. But I don't know. I hope I'm with you. I hope we're sitting there and saying what you said. We get it. And it's just like, it all clicks.
Yes.
Okay. Well, Andy, Jackie, did you say your thoughts on which one? If you had to choose on paper right now, Harmonious or Enchantment?
Oh, I'm having such a hard time trying to think of which one.
It's not about thinking, Jackie. It's about feeling.
Feel it,
Oh.
Jackie.
I know because I'm having these issues with Enchantment too. And so, because I'm having issues with it because I love Happily Ever After. I think I'm more excited for Enchantment though. I think I am.
Which park?
That's
You
gonna
just have
have to
to
be.
close
'Cause
your eyes.
Magic
and
Kingdom
think
is
to
my
yourself.
park.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Close your eyes and be like, in an ideal world, what park are you? We're not talking about having to ride the monorail, the ferry boat, the stress it takes to get in and out of Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
Epcot is clearly the easier park to just walk in and watch a nighttime show and walk out.
Yeah.
So it's like in an ideal world where you've been teleported, where would you say teleport me?
You know what? It's almost like you stepped into my mind and read my mind because what I was thinking about is how easy and beautiful it is to just hop on the Skyliner, get off of it and go to France for dinner and watch Epcot fireworks and then go. And it's not that easy to go to Magic Kingdom unless you're staying in a monorail resort, and the monorail's running and all of that.
Even then.
But the Magic Kingdom is, if I have to choose where to go watch fireworks, it's always Magic Kingdom. So I think it's Enchantment for me too. Because I haven't wrapped my head quite around the barge situation just yet.
I just don't understand.
I don't hate them, but I don't understand them, and I can't visualize. But I have faith that the Imagineers who designed it can visualize it. So we'll see.
I think I'm more excited about Enchantment, but I never really bought into, this is going to be a really unpopular opinion, but I never really bought into any of the Epcot shows. I wasn't a big fan of Illuminations.
Oh,
We go
I've not done a good job.
But I was like young. Say that. I was like young and then a teen. And so if I went to Epcot, I wanted to hang out and do stuff. And when I was a kid, I hated the concept of standing, and I'm short, so I can't see anyways. Standing still and waiting for this show that's like a ball moving around a lake. Like, that was never my thing. So, and I didn't enjoy, what was the next one that replaced Illuminations?
Oh, I hated it. Epcot Forever?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
I was
I'm that
never
person, I don't
excited
like
about
it.
that. So I just think, like, I probably won't enjoy that. Whereas anything that happens in Magic Kingdom, I enjoy. And I have a really big emotional attachment to Happily Ever After. And I only saw it once. And then before I moved away.
Oh.
And I know I won't be back and be able to get into the park again before it's gone. So I'm hoping it comes back at some point because I had this beautiful experience. I want to show my fiance now, like all of these things.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But I missed Wishes, and then Happily Ever After was better than that. So it's got to be even a step above, probably. So
All I can say for me is
Harmonious.
I'm
guy.
excited for both. Well, I had a park pass for the longest time for Epcot, and I sat on it, and I was like, the second I can get a Magic Kingdom park pass, I'm going to, because if they debut a new fireworks show at Magic Kingdom, I want to be there for it, even if Harmonious debuts on the exact same night. And that
That's
was
right.
the mental
Called it,
gymnastic.
yeah.
That's
I
right.
struggled with myself, and as soon as it became available, it was not even a hesitation. It's like, just because at least there was also the thought too of, okay, worst case scenario, if I have Magic Kingdom and they don't do anything, I'll try to be with one of the million other people who tries to park hop to Epcot for Harmonious if it debuts that night. But it's like, if they do something at Magic Kingdom, that's where I want to be. And not even from a work standpoint. Yes, I will be working and I'm going to cover the crap out of it. But from a personal standpoint, like, it's so cool. It's so cool in those moments when you have something that's brand new like that. That's a show that everyone around you is having that shared experience. And if it's anything like Happily Ever After, where everyone just got like super quiet around us and was just
Not
like
everyone.
in the moment. No, there were a couple. But it was Wishes. It was such the contrast from Wishes right before, where people were just like nonstop singing the entire time, as you would expect from the final night. But then with Happily Ever After, it was just like, it was the complete shift. It was a mixture of people just like and gasps and shooketh, and I'm excited to relive that. And I know it will be exciting with Harmonious as well too, but just there's something about a castle park with fireworks.
It's also, I think, the first day is also you're there with people who haven't experienced it yet too, and it's usually that's when the biggest fans are the biggest fans are trying to go on that first day. You know, I'm not saying that you're not a big fan if you don't go that day, but that's, you know, you feel it we felt it at festivals and stuff like that. That's when people are like, oh, I'm here, I want that new stuff, and so it's like a midnight movie premiere. You know, you're there with people who are like, I'm in it. You know,
It's a shared experience.
Exactly,
And
yeah.
you're all on the same playing field.
yeah,
You're all experiencing this for the very
that's
first
a
time.
nice way to put it.
Yeah.
No, it's you know, it's like seeing a movie. It's like the past year was when with the pandemic and people coming together over like 10 different TV shows. It's like we all shared it together at the exact same time for the first time. There's a lot of special moments like that, and I can't wait for it with Disney Enchantment. But Disney KiteTails at Animal Kingdom,
That's where you'll find me on October 1st.
Oh no, you're going to Harmonious. I'm sorry, I've got to put you on Harmonious. So it's just the way it's going to go. But KiteTails over at Animal Kingdom, you might even cover them both. I don't know. I'm gonna make you wait like 9 hours for Ratatouille though. So I'm gonna prepare you for the worst now.
Guys, I won't be working here October 1st.
No, you'll be gone.
My resignation begins September 30th.
Oh well, we'll see. Over my dead body. If you want a good letter of recommendation,
Oh no.
October 2nd you can leave. But October 1st, Disney KiteTails will be a daytime show happening at Disney's Animal Kingdom. They are going to be utilizing kite technology that saw its debut during Epcot Forever, but obviously instead of nighttime, it will be daytime and bringing Disney characters to life. And you know what? As Rhino so eloquently put it earlier, it's just a body of water in a stadium that's sitting there.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I think even though I've said before, like sometimes it's better left just empty and not being used, and it's actually more appreciated in that way. But that's with their nighttime stuff that each one has been kind of a failure. Maybe daytime, that's where they get it right. And it was like, oh, all this time we just should have done daytime and it would work. So I'm intrigued by it.
Mm-hmm.
The kite portion of Epcot Forever, always, at least the people that I was nearby, that was the part that people went, oh, like
the kites
that
were surprising.
It was.
Yeah.
It was neat
Yeah.
to see those. And the thing that the kites afforded was they went around the perimeter of the lagoon so that no matter where you were standing, you had one nearby that you could watch glide across the water. It was neat. So if you're going to take something that was kind of awe-inspiring a little bit, and bring it over to a new park. I'm glad that it's the kite portion of things. It'll be interesting to see how that translates to the daytime, because they won't be, we'll be able to see some colors if they use the illumination technology that they had on the kites for Epcot Forever. We'll have to wait and see. I hope that whatever they do, it works. I really hope that for them. Yes.
It's funny because, like, talking about the stadium and the stuff, is like I was walking through Epcot last week and I was just thinking, I was walking through Animal Kingdom last week and I was thinking to myself that I think there's something that's starting to happen at Animal Kingdom that is like rapidly increasing. Is there's a lot of useless space there that I was thinking, because I was describing how much to a friend where I was like, I wish there were spots like Bayside Tap House that were in each of the park, where it wasn't like just that bar trying to like I don't want a Rose and Crown bar, like that situation. That is too much for me. I'm not there. I want somewhere that I can sit down and enjoy and hang out. And I was like, so I want more of that lounge experience. And I'm like, I know there is no Med Lounge, but I was saying
no. It's there was another comment that was Rhino and Craig will not be happy until there's a bar in every area.
Hey, if
the truth, I can hear my truth read to me, and that's fine.
If it has a charcuterie board,
that's right. That's
then
essentially
yes.
really what I'm looking for.
That's all I care about.
Worldwide charcuteries at Disney World. I was just I was thinking, because I said it's crazy how like across from like Up the Bird show, like there's that stage where sometimes they do stuff, but it's basically like just this area that's empty, because then that's where that you used to get on the boats, like way back when it first opened or whatever. But like there's a whole seating area back there, and then right next to that there's another seating area, and then next to it is that place where it dips down where you can take the photo of the thing. And I'm like, okay, so there's all this stuff along this entire river that is not used for anything. And then I'm thinking about how Dino Land is basically, because the dig site is still closed, and the swirling wheel of death, what the primeval world.
Spin. Oh no.
Yeah,
really?
the
Primeval
like,
world.
there's that, like, I know that I'm assuming Finding Nemo will come back eventually, but I'm seeing so many places there that all of a sudden now that park is like in danger of having these kind of dead spaces now, where I'm like, so I don't know, it's crazy. And I was thinking that because I was walking by the stadium being like, wow, anything that's been here hasn't been a success. However, I find the seating to be successful, because I'm like, at least there is this space where you can always find a spot to just sit down no matter what. So.
True.
I mean, even there's an argument against that. Like in the first, I can't remember if it was with Jungle Book, that show, or if it was with Rivers of Light, but when you were in like the first seating and you had to get there very early, the last bit of the sun just beamed
Yes.
down on
Yeah.
the seats. And so you would burn your butt
Yeah.
sitting down for a nighttime show early. So even then, I'm not sure if the seating was successful because I should not
that's a good
feel,
point.
I shouldn't feel butt rash when I'm going to wait for a show. That's just my opinion.
There
Don't like
is.
it.
I was bummed that show wasn't successful because I felt like it was quiet enough that it was okay with the animals. I mean, you can't have fireworks, but gosh, I, like you, hope that this one does well.
I liked their nighttime. I didn't hate that nighttime show that was there.
Yeah, me
I thought
neither.
it was. I wanted a show like that where it was like, okay, I don't want long I don't want a Phantasmic where I have to be there. I have to
Yeah.
make a dining reservation 2 weeks ago to be able to just get into the show, or
Right.
like have to be there for 5 hours in line. I just want something where I'm like, okay, there's something going on at night that wasn't here during the day that's lit up and it's nice and I could sit down and for a second or whatever.
And it's
That's why I was
pretty.
like,
It was so pretty.
yeah, I like.
It never worked. How could you tell if it was pretty? It was.
I just
it
like the
never,
floats that glowed
It never worked, and
and the lotus leaves.
that
Yeah, the
that-
lotus
it,
is the
it
lotus.
just the lotus leaves were pretty, but in terms of the graphics of the entire show, it never worked. And it's like if I want to watch like half water projected animals on a water screen, I'll just like put on Planet Earth on my TV at home and go in the shower and like let it wash down over my face. There's just it's bad technology, and that's why I think that's why going back to Epcot and the barges, I think that's why we're making the next step, because you can't unless you are going to invest in making water shows look good like that, you need to have a backup plan, and Rivers of Light just did not, and it didn't work well. And I'm glad that they're at least pausing on that style for a little bit. I would rather have a show that looks good than Rivers of Light.
See, and I forgot about the water screen. I didn't even pay attention to that part because of
She
it
just
being-
liked the boat.
being bad. I liked the boats. I liked the dancers, because they were beautiful and they had all their sparkly bracelets and their costumes, and they were just so pretty, and the lanterns and anyway,
Just give me
I don't
the fire twirler from the Lion King. Just put
There you go.
Put
Put
him
him
out
on
there
a
so I can watch
put
him.
him on a barge.
You'll be
Twirl
good.
for me
Yeah.
at night. Twirl for me.
It's nice.
We'll get to him in a couple weeks.
It's nice though to have like something there that's not like not everything has to be like piquing your attention constantly, like getting almost overwhelming. Like it's nice, especially for me as a person with anxiety and stuff, to be able to go see a show that's just simple and pretty.
Yes.
And it might not work, but there's like pretty lights to look at.
Yes.
I feel the same about the kites. Like I would love
Yeah.
to go sit and watch.
That's why
the
I like
kites.
walking through IKEA.
Yeah.
Yes, me too. I love IKEA. Yes, but like just something to do that's like not like as overwhelming or as high stress or anything, to just sit and enjoy.
It doesn't ask
Yes.
as much of you.
It's the
as-
librarian
as
of shows.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, I like
It's the
that.
library of shows. You go in, it's shh, we're watching a show.
Yes. Here you go. Have a seat.
Please remove your crying child.
Off the rails ASMR.
Do we have a
I'm at a loss.
Craig's got nothing.
I'm at a loss. Yeah, it's. I mean, you guys, you take your Rivers of Light and you keep it. You keep it. I don't need it. I will when I need a relaxing Zen moment. I will watch The Tree of Life and just say, "Oh, this is Zen." And
Oh, yeah, that is
maybe
good,
itll
too.
be even better once it's a beacon.
When it's
of
iridescent.
magic.
Beacon.
Just a beacon of magic.
Beacon.
Magic.
like
Beacons
magic.
of magic. Okay, so where else are we with the announcements that they made? The Fab 50, they will be placing 50 statues representing iconic Disney characters across all 4 parks.
Oh, I thought there was just 2. I really didn't read this.
The Fab
article.
2.
Well,
Fab 2.
I guess I should read and not just look at pictures, because it was the 2 people with the phone taking a picture of the golden Mickey and the
Golden
golden
Minnie.
Minnie, and I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Just those two. That's
Yeah,
it.
That's
Well,
it.
There's more.
48
there will
more.
be. Yeah, 48.
48 more.
Yeah.
Well, that's good, because I was upset that like Goofy and Pluto weren't there. So
Yeah.
They will be.
No.
Kylo Ren will get his gold statue at Hollywood Studios, I'm sure.
I believe that would be make him a false idol, so I don't know if they can actually do that with
that's
the
true.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll do the Indiana Jones idol then.
That would be cool.
It's just like a bigger blown up version of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe the crystal skull as well too.
Ooh, are we going to get a scavenger hunt? What if we got a 4-park scavenger hunt to find all of the golden, the Fab 50? That would
You
be
think
That'd be cool.
You think they're going to hide them?
Yeah.
Yeah, are they going to be hard
Well,
to
no,
find?
that they're out and about. You've got to go. Yeah.
So like a
gotta find them.
Pokemon situation, you can find them. You
Well,
just have to
I know they're
make your
going to
way
be where
around.
you can see them, but yes, okay. I saw Goofy. Here's Goofy. There's Donald. Here's Remy. Remy!
I think
Yes.
Denny's
Maybe
talking
there's
about
no
park
Remy.
hopping.
Remy went at Epcot,
And you
right?
can check that off. I want stickers and a map.
Yes.
Well, you like
Yes, please.
the Remy scavenger hunt
Yes.
and the Kim Possible scavenger hunt
Yes.
a lot. That's
Yes.
something that you enjoy
That's-
a lot.
Yeah, we never got our DuckTales one, and I'm mad about
I
it.
know.
Oh, rude.
I know. Someday.
I'll be bitter about it.
Oh,
Someday. But we also have books that are coming, Greg.
We got books.
There are 5 books coming, right?
I'm going to call it 3 books.
3 books.
So
okay.
I don't consider the one. I'm sure you're meaning 4 and 5 being the Burn Bombs guides.
Yes.
I mean, they come every year. I don't
Well,
know if they
this
came
is
this
true.
past year.
This
but,
is true.
And yeah, I don't know. I feel like our website used to be just the online version of a Burn Bombs. Did Pete just say that at a staff meeting this
Yeah,
past
he
week?
did.
And
That's
why.
so funny.
Okay, that's why it was stuck in my
Yeah,
head.
why are we talking? Yeah, why do they
That
keep
was
coming
really
up? Should
funny.
we invest?
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if paper is the right thing to invest in right now, but we have at least 3. I will say 3 books that are unique to this event that are coming out. We'll start the least exciting to the most exciting, in my opinion.
Okay.
In my opinion,
And?
the least exciting, the cookbook.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh!
goodness.
You booger.
Okay, this is what I wrote about. So as of recording this, they recently released a magazine in cooperation with Delish that is Delish Loves Disney, and all the recipes that are in it, there's 52 recipes, only 15 of them are unique to this one book. And I feel like that's the thing with Disney cookbooks. It's anymore now, I'm going to see Canadian cheddar cheese soup in there. And for the love of all things holy, stop printing this freaking recipe.
We have seen it for
get
years.
it. Yeah,
Yes.
it's out there.
Yes.
If you don't know how to make Canadian cheddar cheese soup in your dreams, then I don't know if you're ever going to actually sit down and make it in the book. So on spec for me, like a cookbook celebrating Disney recipes from 1971 to now, I'm sure there's going to be some unique things, but I'm not fully
Ambrosia
excited.
salad.
Oh.
Okay.
Go
Okay.
ahead now.
I hear
Go
what
ahead.
you're saying.
You get it.
Counterpoint to that is that Marcy Carricker Smothers
Yes.
is co-author of this new Delicious Disney cookbook that's coming out celebrating the 50th, whom you and Michael had an amazing conversation with
Correct.
3 years ago for Eat Like Walt.
Mm-hmm.
And she is really good at digging up recipes from the past. And so wouldn't it be cool if Marcy worked her magic again and we got some of the vintage Walt Disney World recipes that maybe we haven't seen? I mean, you're right. We don't need cheddar cheese soup anytime soon. But I personally, from the Saturday snacks point of view, I would love to have some vintage recipes.
Well, no, and it's the great thing about her as an author with cookbooks is that she didn't just pack in the recipes; she
Yes.
also brought the story in. And I love when it's like that. Like I don't like reading blog recipes online because they just litter them with Google ads to try to make sure that they get paid for it. But I actually do enjoy the stories when people have a background to this. Like, okay, well, I started making this and then I adapted it to this and then I threw in my own twists and brought, when they give like the full reasoning of this is how we got to this point with it. I like that. I like the history behind it. I just don't like when Google ads are popping up all over top of it and I can't actually read it when I just want to find the recipe. So I love that Marcy does that with her books. And so I am excited about it for that, but I don't want to see another Canadian cheddar cheese recipe. Don't need more of the soup.
Please. So that means you're putting the art of coloring before the cookbook. Is that correct?
Does that mean no soup for you?
You betcha.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Listen, adult coloring books.
Okay.
They are
I do have a couple.
therapy in themselves.
Yes.
I got some.
And over 100 different 100 different images that you get to color in celebrating Walt Disney World. I don't know. I feel like you get to be creative with that. You get your arts and crafts time. You're getting a lot out of that. You're getting a lot.
Your shade of pink that you're going to color the castle.
There you go.
Yeah, you can make sure that it's not the ugly color that it is right now. You can make it. You can take it back to the old school colorings with it.
Gray.
And
Gray and blue.
Like how
Gray and
excited
all day
we're
long.
That the old school gray.
but
I mean, I do like
Disney gray.
Yeah, Disney.
No, I like that they're doing this. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I will be picking up this coloring book, and I will color.
Color
with it.
me intrigued.
So good.
He's so good.
So, Denny, do you also have the actual full name of the cookbook as well too? I feel
Delicious
bad.
Disney Walt Disney World.
What was it?
Delicious Disney Walt Disney World.
I feel like there was one more colon in it too.
If there aren't 3 colons,
Recipes and stories from the most
That's
magical
it.
place on earth.
Thank you. Thank you, Jackie.
The longest book title
Thank you,
I've ever
Jack.
heard.
I know.
Right?
Yeah, it's long. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they get paid by the word, so they're like, let's make it as long as possible.
Many words.
Okay, and so my most excited book, it's been on pre-order for Amazon for a while now. I got in very, very early on it, and it is, Jackie, you have the name, I'm sure, right in front of you.
The art of coloring.
No,
Art of Disney.
So
It's art of
that
Disney.
being said too, the
Walt
art
Disney
of
World.
coloring and the cookbook will be available exclusively on Shop Disney as well as Walt Disney World Resort, but this final book will be available in those places plus Amazon and other booksellers, and that one, Jackie, is
This one is a portrait of Walt Disney World, 50 years of the most magical place on earth.
yeah. And this is the Big Daddy retrospective book, chronicling all the last 50, technically 50 plus years, because I'm sure there's going to be photos and stories about like the preview center and obviously the construction of it. So even more than 50 years with it. And I'm sure it's going to be big and colorful and full of photos and maybe not a lot of new information, but that perfect coffee table book to represent the important milestone for Walt Disney World.
Yeah.
It is. It is. And as soon as I read this morning about a coffee table book, I was telling Andy, I thought of you immediately, Craig. I thought, well, Craig's going to get that book. That's going to float his boat. He's going to be so happy with that thing. But yes, that's what you want, right? This is a milestone. This is 50 years. So I'm glad that they are really stopping to go, yeah, no, we need to put this together. We need to make it, just make it honor this moment and everything that's gone, before us. So I'm excited about that coffee table book.
Me too. Even though we haven't had a coffee table since Zach was a toddler, because we had this beautiful wrought iron coffee table, and the corners it was glass on the top, and
Not good with preschoolers.
I couldn't handle it. He was learning how to walk, and it had to go before there was an accident. So.
Well, I mean, you don't have to put the books necessarily on the coffee table. You can put it just on the shelf.
Dining room table.
The dining room. Thank you, Andy. Yeah, it can be anywhere you choose to put the book. It doesn't have to be. It just looks great on a coffee table.
It does. But now that our kids are grown up, I may be able to have a coffee table again, and then I can buy a whole bunch of these. I love these books.
You'll buy a table
just for the books. Yeah.
It'll be covered with coffee table books.
Absolutely. I would do that.
If only they could make a coffee table book about coffee tables.
Yeah.
It could stand up and be like a little
Heard
coffee
that
table.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Could, yeah.
Sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
It does. Let's make one.
Rings a bell.
Yeah, I would like that. Yeah, I placed my order for the book somewhere between January 31st and February 4th. So I've had it just pending on Amazon now for quite a while. I am very, very excited. I'll probably cancel the order for it just right before it ships because that, it feels right.
Oh boy.
It feels right to just do that.
No.
I can see. I placed the order January 31st.
Wow.
So
I don't recommend canceling that. You'll be mad.
they might sell out and then I'll never be able to find it again. But did we miss anything else that's coming for the 50th anniversary? I think that's it.
That appears to be it.
I mean, besides, obviously, we've mentioned Beacons of Magic, talking about that nighttime shimmering on the different icons of the park. Remy Ratatouille Adventure opening October 1st, and characters in the iridescence costumes. And we know that those characters will be Mickey, Minnie, Pluto, Donald, Daisy, Goofy, Chip, and Dale. And those will be the only ones necessarily in the iridescent costumes. But that's all been out there. So I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Okay, that's it. We're going back on the rails then, and we are done with this conversation. If you enjoyed the conversation, you want to support us, consider booking your next vacation through Dreams Unlimited Travel, and you can get that free no obligation quote today at dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. Again, if you're watching this on YouTube, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you leave comments, questions, and video suggestions in the comments section below. And if you're listening to this, please make sure you're subscribed wherever you listen, and that you also leave us 5-star ratings and reviews if you listen through Apple Podcasts. But thank you so much, all of you good people, for having this conversation with me, and everyone who listened and watched to it. We'll see you again real soon with another episode of Off the Rails. Take care. Bye-bye.